Hi everyone, today I'd like to show you my tea house I've set up in Second Life and talk about Sado, the Japanese traditional tea ceremony. Because the owners of the theme seems to be Australian, we can hear the sounds of cicadas, which is the symbol of summer, but in Japan, it is in the middle of winter now. Also, cherry blossoms are in full bloom next door. We can experience four seasons at one time in Second Life. Typically, there is a tea garden called Loji adjacent to a tea house. In the tea garden, you can find no flowers. There is a reason for that, and I'll explain why later. Guests can walk on stepping stones leading to the entrance of the tea house. There is a stone wash basin called tsukubai in a tea garden. A deer scaler called shishiodoshi is equipped with tsukubai in this tea garden. My avatar, named Maemi, is fond of the periodical bump sound resonating in the tea garden. Beside the tsukubai, a stone lantern and a pine tree are arranged so that the area will be a microcosmos. Guests can usually wash their hands before entering a tea house with a tsukubai, but nowadays, due to COVID-19, most of tsukubai cannot be used. Maemi wears a flamboyant kimono. The host of a tea ceremony can get dressed in such a flashy kimono in the beginning of a new year. In front of Maemi, there is a bonnyaku temae set. It consists of a tea bowl called chawan, a tea whisk called chasen, a tea caddy called natsume, a small silk cloth called fukusa, another cloth called chakin, and a tea ladle called chasaji. The bonnyaku temae set is usually used by beginners to learn sado. In the middle of the tea room, there is a furnace which is used during the winter time. Water is boiled on the brazier there. A hishaku water ladle is put beside the furnace. A tea room has an alcove, and a hanging scroll is decorated in it. On hanging scrolls, the words of wisdom based on Zen Buddhism are written in Japanese calligraphy by renowned priests. A host is expected to explain the meaning of the words written on the hanging scroll decorated in the alcove for guests. On this hanging scroll, a Zen phrase, Buji Kore Kinen, is written. It means those who can do what they should do under any circumstances without wanting to satisfy their own desires are truly enlightened people. Also, there is a flower which is called chabana, put in a vase in a tea room. It's an only flower in the venue, including the tea garden. The existence of the only flower accentuates its beauty. Miami's precious guest, Thomas, is going to enter her tea house from the Nejiriguchi entrance. He has to bend down to enter from the entrance because it is very low. He has to take care not to hit his head on the edge of the entrance. This kind of entrance was created by Sen no Rikyu in the 16th century. Samurai warriors had to put aside their katanas before entering a tea house. If they tried to enter from Nejiriguchi wearing katanas, they would stick out and be revealed. Sen no Rikyu wanted to realize the equality of those who enter a tea house, notwithstanding their statuses. We don't use any zabuton, traditional Japanese cushions, to sit on the floor in a formal tea room. We use a thin and plain red carpet only for guests. A host has to be seated on a tatami mat directly to show respect to guests. A guest is served with some sweets suitable for each season before matcha green tea is served. This is hanabira mochi, which means flower petal rice cake. It's served in January, the beginning of a new year. The guest is expected to finish eating sweets before matcha green tea is served. That's because matcha green tea tastes better if you drink it after eating sweets. When a matcha tea bowl is served, it should be held with both hands. Guests are expected to drink it all in a few sips once the tea bowl is held before putting it down on the floor. Miami likes to wait for her guests to visit her tea room reading a book on the stone bench in her tea garden. I hope this film will help you feel the sense of wabicha, the minimalistic style of Japanese tea ceremony. Thank you so much for watching the film till the end. I'd be grateful if you subscribe to my channel. See you soon.